Greetings and best wishes for 2017, which is the year 25 years after the well-known Rio Summit, where the UN Framework Convention on Climate Change came into being. Now we need to ask ourselves, have we done enough in these 25 years? What has really happened and what is it that we need to do for the future? Well, the good thing is there's now much greater awareness about the reality of climate change and how to deal with it, both through adaptation as well as mitigation measures. But let me say that there are still a number of actions which are running far behind what is required to ensure that we maintain a 2-degree limit for increase in temperature by the end of the century. Of course, in 1992 there was a large number of skeptics who didn't believe in the human impact on the Earth's climate. Today, fortunately, that picture has changed thanks to the work of the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, which I had the privilege of chairing for 13 years. But we have yet to understand the kinds of risks that exist in the future, particularly those that may be low probability but very high impact events. Now, recent evidence about the melting of the West Antarctic ice sheet, as well as what's happening in Greenland, really causes concern. Because if any part of these huge bodies of ice was to collapse, then we would have sea level rise of several meters. And really speaking, one distinguished scientist has asked whether the next coal-based power station in Florida might be the tipping point that would determine whether most of Florida will be flooded as a result of sea level rise. And I think this is what we need to be concerned about, tipping points. And in order to see that we ensure to a very large measure of assurance that we are not going to reach those tipping points, we need to mobilize the youth of the world and start changing things urgently and adequately. Now, this is where we are not going to have to go back to primitive ways of living. The best way of life, the access that we have to all kinds of facilities can be maintained, in fact enhanced, if we were to bring about a shift, let's say from fossil fuels to renewable sources of energy, the development of carbon capture and storage, and effective adaptation measures, particularly in those regions of the world which are most vulnerable. And this is where I think the POP movement really has a place, really has a relevance that I think all of us must understand and seize, because if we lose this moment, I think we are really risking the future, not only of our children and their grandchildren, but our own future. So I would like to appeal to all our viewers, all our listeners, all the readers of the POP movement newsletter that time for action has now come, and I hope 2017 will be a tipping point as far as action is concerned. I wish you all the best, and I'll be in touch with you. Thank you very much.